Good evening. Welcome to Spencerport's Performing Arts Center. Before we begin, please take a moment to listen to the following important announcements. In the case of an emergency requiring evacuation, please proceed quickly and calmly to the emergency exit nearest to you. They are located on the left and right sides of the auditorium. This is a drug and alcohol-free campus. There is no smoking or vaping on school grounds. Please help keep our auditorium clean. There is no food or drink allowed in the auditorium. Restrooms are located on the west wall of the cafeteria. Video recording is not allowed. Also refrain from using flash photography. Don't forget to silence any electronic devices. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the performance.
Good evening. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the Spencerport High School, I would like to welcome all of you to the 2025 Induction Ceremony of the new members into the Spencerport High School chapter of the National Honor Society. Tonight, it is with honor that we recognize these students for their accomplishments and efforts, which have allowed them to apply for membership into such a prestigious organization. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's National Honor Society Vice President, Alina Zer. Alina will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Now we will welcome Mr. Bourne.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the induction ceremonies of the Spencerport chapter of the National Honor Society. The National Honor Society recognizes outstanding students in high schools across the country on the basis of 4 essential qualities: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. The students we welcome into our chapter this evening exemplify these 4 ideals. These young adults have been endorsed by service organizations in the community and by their teachers who work and interact with them on a daily basis. It is an honor bestowed upon them in accordance with specific national guidelines. It is a direct reflection of our confidence in them and their ability to lead us into the future. We congratulate all of you on your accomplishments as you pursue your dreams and your goals. We know that you will continue to do your very best because of who you are, what you are about, and your ardent desire to succeed in life. It is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Megan Laubacher, who is this year's National Honor Society alumni speaker.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Megan Laubacher, and I am honored to be speaking with you all tonight. I am a proud graduate of the Spencerport High School class of 2020, and this past year I graduated from the University of Pennsylvania. I currently work as a nurse at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia on their pediatric oncology unit. As I think about the National Honor Society and what my experience means in hopefully inspiring you to choose and pursue your dreams, I look at the pillars of NHS: service, leadership, scholarship, and character, and how each pillar has led me to where I am today. I think about a dream that I had from the time I was in 8th grade to attend Penn, and the scholarship and the academic commitment that I made to that goal. I hold close that I was an oldest daughter who loved being a role model to my younger siblings, and the natural-born leadership that instilled in me as I got involved as a leader in the other communities I cared deeply about. I think about how I was born with a congenital heart defect and how I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life giving back to the nurses who were there for me in the darkest of times by going into pediatric healthcare and serving our future generations. All of these qualities about me, among many others, were embedded deeply and were the foundations of my character. As I reflect on all of these foundational life experiences that made me who I am today, I can confidently look out into this crowd and know that being in the National Honor Society does not teach you these 4 pillars, Rather, it's already embedded within you and is the reason why you're sitting here today. First, I would like to talk about scholarship. Scholarship is more than academic achievement. It's about the pursuit of knowledge. When I was in your shoes, I was driven, maybe even obsessed with having the perfect GPA. I'm sure if you asked Miss McGreevy, she would agree that I was a little bit of a perfectionist. Like I said, from the time I stepped foot on Penn's campus when I was in 8th grade, I knew that's where I was destined to be, and I would work as hard as I could to get there. However, when I got to Penn Nursing, I learned that education isn't just about passing exams and getting perfect grades. It's about preparing to make a difference in the lives of others. For the first time in my life, I had to learn how to study efficiently and effectively. I had to accept that I wasn't going to get perfect grades in every subject in school. However, what I learned is that I would make a difference in the lives of others that I touched after graduation. More importantly, scholarship is about learning both in and out of the classroom. I was incredibly fortunate to have attended a university where my peers were from every corner of the world. I had friends from Singapore, South Africa, California, and New Jersey alike. And among other places, they were all around me. The impact that they left on me was invaluable, and for the first time in my life, I saw the world through a different perspective than that of Spencerport, New York. This global lens has taught me to appreciate the value of many different perspectives, which is a lesson you cannot learn by just sitting in a classroom. Regardless of where or what I was learning, that passion that I had for my education that started even before high school has never faded. Now, as I pursue my career in pediatric oncology, every ounce of knowledge and commitment to learning matters. Working at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, I see patients who are the sickest of the sick. They too come from every corner of the world, practice many religions different than the one I was raised in, and speak languages that I'm unfamiliar with. Scholarship and the ability to learn and adapt is what helps me to educate these families on these complex treatments that they're getting, answer the why questions from these courageous young patients, and to practice all the new breakthroughs in cancer research that literally change my job every day. Scholarship means committing to lifelong learning, not for recognition, but for the impact it can have on others' lives. Next is leadership. Leadership isn't always about holding a title. It's about taking initiative and inspiring others to move forward, even in the most challenging circumstances. Leaders possess qualities like trustworthiness, empathy, integrity, and most importantly, humility. At Spencerport, I served as a student government president. Though it was impressive on my college resumes, and I did work extremely hard to bring together activities like Spirit Week and other fun events, it was just the start of learning what it really took to be a leader. As I went to Penn Nursing, I rose to leadership in many organizations. I was the lead choreographer for my tap dancing group. I was on the executive board of our tour guiding society and was tasked with training new guides. And I even became the president of student nurses at Penn, the student government for the entire School of Nursing. As honored as I was to serve in these positions, they came with a great deal of learning. If there is one lesson I have learned from being a leader at a university filled with hundreds of high school class presidents, it's that not everybody is always going to agree with every decision that you make as a leader. Sometimes you have to accept that you can't please everyone, but you made the best decision with the information you had. Other times, you will make mistakes, and when you do, you should acknowledge it, own it, and work hard to amend it. I have always been a natural-born leader, as I'm sure many of you are, but being a leader means committing to learning from your successes just as much as your mistakes, and never becoming too confident that you forget what it was like to be led. Service. Service is the heartbeat of healthcare and the core of the NHS mission. My work in pediatric oncology is a daily reminder of the power of service. Whether it's holding a child's hand through a tough procedure or simply being present for a family in their most vulnerable moments, service means putting others before yourself and feeling fulfillment in making a difference, no matter how small it may seem. Service isn't always going to lead to an ideal outcome. Often in pediatric oncology, we don't get to see those positive outcomes and the survivorship stories. Instead, we have to learn to say a lot of goodbyes. In the last 6 months, I have become passionate about palliative end-of-life care and focusing on the physical as well as the psychological comfort rather than on curative treatment. Recently, I had a patient with an inoperable brain tumor who was the same age as my younger sister, and I felt a deep empathy for a family that I couldn't even express in words to them. I made it my mission as her nurse to make her feel as loved as I would want myself, my younger sister, or any of my loved ones for that matter, to feel when they're at that end of life stage. Every day I would enter her room, I would hold her hand and update her on current events so that she never missed a beat. I would play her new music from her favorite artists, Noah Kahan and Gracie Abrams, and I would always make sure she knew how great of care her family was taking from her, a true labor of their love. Obviously, there is no selfish good deed. It brought me comfort to know that I put a smile on hers and her parents' face in this dark time. However, I didn't treat them like this because I wanted recognition. I did it because I truly cared about this family and I wanted them to know that they weren't alone in this hard time. I am sure this resonates with so many of you today. Although the honor of NHS is one that you should be proud of, I truly believe that you have chosen to serve the communities that you continue to serve because you care deeply about them, regardless of whether or not you get to see the results of that work. Lastly, character. Having passion for scholarship, being a leader, and committing to a life of service are all tied to who you are as a person. Becoming a member of the National Honor Society isn't going to make you into a great person. The foundations of that were already deeply within you and are the reason why you are sitting in front of me today. More than likely, your parents and family played a huge role in that, so be sure to thank them for shaping you. The National Honor Society pillars are not isolated ideals. They are interconnected, much like the work I do every day. Scholarship enables leadership, leadership amplifies service, and service builds character. Together, they form a foundation that prepares you not just for success, but for significance. As NHS members, you've already demonstrated a commitment to these values. My challenge to you is this: carry them forward. Whether you become a teacher, an engineer, an artist, or perhaps a nurse like myself, let these pillars guide your choices. Pursue knowledge with a purpose, lead with empathy, serve selflessly, and build a character that inspires those around you. Thank you all for allowing me to share my journey and for giving me hope for the future, knowing it's in the hands of individuals like you all. Congratulations on this incredible achievement. Keep striving, keep serving, and keep making a difference. Thank you. The membership of the Spencerport chapter of National Honor Society has been earned by effective demonstration of 4 qualities held in high esteem by the Society. We will now review the qualities of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Mr. Ty Zinkowicz, Superintendent of Spencerport Schools, will now speak on scholarship.
Good evening. I'd like to just start off by just congratulating all of our students, tonight's recipients. This is by far one of my favorite ceremonies that we have each year. It's because we get to recognize the whole child. I think back to when Megan was a senior 5 years ago, and just how the world has changed. Just knowing that months after her ceremony, we experienced a global pandemic. But I also think too about the students sitting in our audience, our current juniors and seniors, and I think about possibility and potential, just knowing that world and the difference that you can make. I thought Megan's words were really, really powerful in terms of, also when you consider her role, serving as a nurse, giving back to others, giving back to society, helping individuals who are in need. That's really, really important. I think if nothing else, we need to be kind and we need to take care of one another. So congratulations to Megan once again, and thank you for joining us this evening. I'd also be remiss too if I just didn't take a moment just to acknowledge our parents and our family members in attendance too. I know that your child's success does not come by accident. I know it starts at home through nurturing. I think it just speaks volumes of our community. Being a parent myself, I know that there's no more difficult job than being a parent, but also there's nothing more rewarding as well. So I thank all of our parents in the audience. And so as you heard from Megan, I have the opportunity to talk a little bit about scholarship. And as you know, scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend time reading and studying, confident in the lasting impact of a cultivated mind. We are all students for life, and your journey has just begun. Knowledge offers great rewards, but it can be achieved in only one way, through diligence and effort. I guess that's 2 ways. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates have the responsibility to continually expand themselves and their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Mr. Corey Allen, Assistant Superintendent for Instruction, will now speak on leadership.
Thank you, Mr. Zinkowicz, and again, congratulations to all of our inductees, and thank you for all of the hard work that got you here, and will continue to ensure your success in the future. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge for each of our members. Now, Ms. Lori Stone, Vice President of the Spencerport School Board of Education, will speak on service.
Service is seeking out and engaging in meaningful service. It calls for a service mindset, the desire to seek opportunities to help others. Honor Society students are required to meet minimum service participation requirements, yet many say service activities are among their most rewarding experiences in the program. Sometimes it's driven by a passion for a specific cause or people in need. Other times it's driven by personal or family need. Engaging in community service provides students with the opportunity to become active members of their community and has a lasting positive impact on society at large. Community service enables students to acquire life skills and knowledge, as well as provide a service to those who need it most. Mrs. Angel Schmidt, Assistant Principal at Spencerport High School, will now speak on character.
Character is based on your personality, morals, ethics, and beliefs. Character is valuing diverse cultures and building relationships that reflect love of self, but also concern for others. There are endless attributes to good character: trustworthiness, respect, integrity, honesty, citizenship, caring, empathy, and the list goes on. Good and noble character is a high calling. We don't often see character unless there is a public display of self-sacrifice, or more frequently, a very public mistake. Character is not about praiseworthy or blameworthy behavior, but the personal commitment to ethical and compassionate decision-making that affects you and others. Now, NHS Advisor Mrs. Sandy McGreevy will begin the induction of new members.
Are you guys ready? Okay, it's my distinct pleasure now to introduce to you the newest members of the Spencerport chapter of the National Honor Society. Inductees will be introduced one at a time by our National Honor Society Council members. Inductees, when your name is called, please come up on stage using this ramp here on the right side. Parents, we're asking you, please join your child on stage by proceeding up the ramp on the left side of the stage. A photo will be taken with your child and you. You will then exit the stage using the stairs on the left. The students will move and remain on the risers. Current members of NHS will now read the names and bios of our new inductees.
Taya Bauman. Taya volunteers every other Sunday at her local church teaching the younger kids. During the summers, she spends her time volunteering at the Seneca Park Zoo. She is also an active participant in the high school drama club. Olivia Boyzik. As a new inductee to NHS, Olivia Boyzik completed 20 hours of community service. She loved to volunteer at her dance studio and at the Spencerport Elementary Schools. She is a competitive dancer and is a member of Service Club and Stugo. Miranda Bridgman. Miranda is a member of DECA, Sources of Strength, and School Start Times Committee. Outside the classroom, she is a part of Ogden Explorers program, and she is also involved in the school musical as a cast member. Mason Brum. Mason has been on the school volleyball team for the past 3 years. He volunteers with the Salvation Army. He has taken drum lessons since he was 5 years old and just started guitar lessons. Bryn Buckner. Bryn is the president of the class of 2026. She volunteers at her church's gift program for kids and with Service Club. She is also a student athlete that plays volleyball and lacrosse. Amelia Bono. Amelia is an active member of the student government and the girls' varsity volleyball team. She enjoys volunteering in her community, her favorite of which is working with preschoolers at St. John's Church in the summer. She is the captain of her travel volleyball team and also works at McDonald's. In her free time, she loves to travel, bake, and spend time with her family. Ariana Burns. Ariana is a member of Yearbook Club, Sources of Strength, and Ski Club. She plays on the school's softball team as well as her travel team. Ariana also loves to support her friends' hobbies such as the school play, which she volunteered at. Ella Button. Ella is a member of the Yearbook Club, Ski Club, and the Spencerport Jazz Ensemble. Ella ran for the girls' varsity cross-country team this year, and she volunteers at the First Bible Baptist Church in the nursery, as well as volunteers in various other activities. Paolo Cancerelli. Paulo frequently volunteers his free time in his community, and he is involved in varsity soccer as an extracurricular activity. Paulo works at his family's business during the summer, as well as working part-time at Wegmans. Kylie Carson. Kylie is a member of Spencerport Varsity Lacrosse and Cross Country. She volunteers to ref and coach youth lacrosse players, and she is also involved in a club lacrosse team and is employed. Brendan Coe. Brendan is a scholar athlete as a member of the boys' varsity soccer team. He is also a member of the Business Honor Society and DECA. He completed 35 hours of community service, mainly as a youth coach for the Spencerport Soccer Club. Charles Dick. As a new inductee, Charles completed 20 hours of community service and participated in school and extracurricular activities. Andrew Dos Ramos. Andrew was a member of the bookstore and secretary at the Dungeons & Dragons Club. He is also in the process of starting a gaming club. He volunteered at the Wedgwood Nursing Home and made gifts for the elderly. He also volunteered for the trunk or treat at Munn Elementary School. Madeline Dwyer. Madeline is a student who is actively involved in her community. She frequently volunteers by junior coaching and helping out at the elementary schools. She is currently a part of student athlete leadership team and plays varsity soccer and lacrosse. Sean Eichelberger. Sean is currently an 11th grader. His interests are paleontology, zoology, and art. He has spent the last 3 summers as a zoo teen at Seneca Park Zoo and has enjoyed his experiences because he enjoys educating people about animals. Brooke Andres. Brooke is the captain of the girls' varsity lacrosse team and Monster Elite Lacrosse Club. In her spare time, she works on her grandparents' dairy farm in Pavilion, New York.
Lily Fige. Lily is a class officer for the class of 2026 and is a member of Sources of Strength Club. She's also involved in her church where she helps volunteers in their children's classes, and in the fall, Lily helps manage the girls' volleyball team. Gabriel Forty. Gabriel is a member of DECA and Business Honor Society. He volunteers at school by being the treasurer of student council for the class of 2026. He is involved in the Rangers Unified basketball team, where he helps the special needs learn and compete in basketball games. Avery Frisch. Avery is a member of Ski Club and GSA. They volunteer for their church, St. Theodore's, doing altar serving for an hour and helping with special events such as breakfast with Santa or vacation Bible school. They also play soccer for the town team, and they are also in culinary program at Wamoko. They love to cook for their family and friends, and they absolutely love to help other people. Brooke Gillis. Brooke Gillis is a member of the School to Career Advisory Committee and the varsity flag football team. She volunteers at Holmes Road Elementary School. Liliana Gounod. Liliana is a member of Sources and Strength and Service Club. She enjoys doing community service for her church and volunteering for Vacation Bible School over the summer. She is looking forward to participating in the 313 program at SUNY Brockport and also loves cuddling with her pit bull during her free time. Emma Gooley. As a new inductee to NHS, Emma has completed 20 hours of community service at the Gates Fire Department and the YMCA. Emma loves dance and has a job at the YMCA. In her free time, she enjoys photography. Georgia Gray. Georgia Gray is a member of the student government and is currently the vice president and was previously secretary. She is also on the varsity basketball and flag football as long-term captains for both. She spends much of her time volunteering at the youth sport camps to help make fun and accepting environment for everyone. Matthew Green. Matthew is honored to be chosen and accepted into the National Honor Society. He wants to thank his friends, family, for the ongoing support. He will continue to work hard and be deserving of this achievement. Grace Scringer. Grace participates in vocal jazz, treble choir, and the school musical and more. She is the concert choir's secretary/librarian. She has completed over 20 hours of community service. Juliana Hopkins. Juliana Hopkins is the social chair for the class of 2026. She is part of the Sources of Strength and the Spanish Honor Society. She spends most of her time outside of school working. Jeriley Hughes. Jeriley is a very active student. She is in a variety of school clubs, DECA, student government, yearbook, and student council. She is the captain of indoor tracks girls team and cross country. Jeriley is highly driven to achieve her goals in life. In the summer, she works with little kids at the Brick Lab, and in her free time, she enjoys hanging out with her friends. Lily Ingham. Lily is a member of the high school swim team. She is a part of the Marlin Swim Club, where she loves swimming, the butterfly, and breaststroke. She's a very active person in her church where she teaches children and is an usher at the VBS. She's looking forward to going to a youth gathering in the New Orleans with her youth group this summer. Brody Jackson. As a new inductee, Jackson has completed 20 hours of community service and participated in the school and extracurricular activities. Annabelle Crass. Annabelle is a member of Service Club and Jazz Ensemble. She volunteers at her church at the food pantry and kids summer camp. She works as a hostess at Bella Pasta Restaurant. Lillian Layson. Lillian is a member of the GSA and Service Club. She has volunteered for her school district and has done landscaping for her community. Haley Lester. As a new inductee, Haley completed 20 hours of community service and participated in school and extracurricular activities.
Karina Lukomsky. Karina played Spencerport volleyball. She serves at her church as a kindergarten Sunday school teacher. She is also involved with playing piano and has been playing for 7 years. Kelsey Megan. As a new inductee, Kelsey completed 20 hours of community service and participated in school and extracurricular activities. Isabella Marlatt. Isabella is a member of both Yearbook Club and Ski Club, as well as Sources of Strength. She plays varsity and travel softball, where she volunteers to help her coaches each summer. Ellie Marin. Ellie is a member of the varsity lacrosse team and ski club. She volunteers at No Lemons Equine Special Needs Horse Camp and at Spencerport Youth Lacrosse practices. Antonio Marsacci. Antonio is a member of the boys varsity soccer team and history club. He is also involved in club soccer outside of school and has volunteered at St. Jude Faith Formation Center. Emma McDowell. Emma is a member of both Spanish and Fashion Club. She volunteers her time helping the elderly and is an active member in the arts. Isabella McGraw. Isabella is a member of multiple musical groups and ski club. She volunteers at a popular summer camp and helps out in pit band for the musical. She is a scholar athlete and enjoys trying out new sports. Sam Meyer. Sam is a musician, playing bassoon in wind ensemble and singing with treble choir. They volunteer at the library for summer programs and enjoy working at the Y as a lifeguard. Anthony McCauley. Anthony is a member of SHS Jazz Ensemble, Wind Ensemble, and Jazz Combo. He has been a dancer for 8 years and loves writing, fashion design, and reading. He enjoys volunteering at his dance studio and within the music department. He's also a member of French Club and French Honor Society. Allison Moss. Allison is an athlete playing on the varsity soccer team, varsity outdoor track team. She volunteers at youth soccer clinics and participates in Primetime 585's Thanksgiving Adopt a Family program. Ella Newell. Ella is a member of student government, ski club, and the student athlete leadership team. She participated in many volunteering events for the school and her community. She's a varsity softball captain and plays travel softball outside of school. Carly Oakton. Carly is a member of History Club and the girls varsity soccer team. She has volunteered at art camps in the American Legion and is also involved in soccer club outside of school. Brody O'Keefe. Brody consistently volunteers at his church along with helping neighbors around the house. He is a member of the school's ski club and wind ensemble and plays for the school varsity soccer and tennis team. Elizabeth Olney. Elizabeth has participated in student government and ski club during high school. She is a member of the varsity soccer and lacrosse programs and works part-time at Wegmans. She has also volunteered at youth soccer and lacrosse clinics for the school district. Lillian Pomovan. Lily is a part of the Spencerport Jazz Ensemble. She is also enrolled in school clubs such as Ski Club, and she enjoys playing for the softball team each spring. Sophia Prasanos. Sophia is a member of the Service and Yearbook Club. She enjoys being an assistant coach for Dyson Tennis Academy. She has been on the girls' varsity tennis team since 9th grade and has been a captain of the team the past 2 years.
Liliana Ryan. Lily is an active member of multiple music groups, the girls' varsity golf team, and the robotics team. She volunteers around the school and community, assisting with summer camps. She enjoys spending time with her friends and family. Leah Savino. Leah is a varsity tennis player. She has actively been involved in robotics and stage crew since 9th grade. She is also on the school's drumline and percussion ensemble. Leah Scally. Leah is a member of vocal jazz and treble choir. She has volunteered more than 20 hours towards her community. Leah volunteers by making the posters and programs for the school play, community sports competitions, and much more. She is also involved in varsity volleyball and varsity flag football. Addison Schultz. Addison is a member of History Club and student government. She is an athlete playing on the girls' varsity soccer team. She volunteers at her church, assisting with teaching students during the summer programs. Serenity Sinclair. Serenity does fall cheer, competitive cheer, and plays softball. She enjoys being an active member of her community. She is also a very proud member of the Spencerport Wind Ensemble and Hispanic Honor Society. Serenity is very grateful for her friends and family. Daniel Smeek. Daniel is a club member within robotics. He is always around to assist others when needed. He has hundreds of hours of experience with childcare. He can also persevere through any challenge given to him, no matter the case. Jessica Steen. Jess is a member of Service Club and Sources of Strength. She volunteers teaching children how to play volleyball. She is a member of the varsity volleyball team and also plays club volleyball. Larissa Stuber. As a new inductee, Larissa completed 20 hours of community service and participated in school and extracurricular activities. Declan Switzer. Declan is a current junior involved in the First Priority Club, DECA, and Model UN. He hopes to have a job in politics following his career in business. Liana Tata. As a new inductee, Liana completed 20 hours of community service and participated in school and extracurricular activities. Zachary Tortora. Zachary is a member of student government. He volunteers at his local church and helps the less fortunate. He is involved in both the school lacrosse and soccer teams. Olivia Van Gemmert. Olivia loves to volunteer at a horse barn, doing many tasks to create a more fluid environment. She has well over 20 hours of service and continues to provide for the community. Mason Wood. As a new inductee, Mason completed 20 hours of community service and participated in school and extracurricular activities. Chase Woodworth. Chase is a member of Art Club and Spanish Club. He volunteers at a local farm, replanting trees and gardening. Leah Wright. Leah is a member of the French Honor Society and is excited to be in the National Honor Society as well. She has worked hard volunteering at a local food drive and participating in this year's musical Anastasia as a member of the pit band. Sheridan Yogas. Sheridan is a junior at Spencerport High School. She takes part in every opportunity to be in anything music related. She volunteers every chance she gets to help out her community.
We have to pause for a little bit here. What about one more round of applause for these great scholars? Now, our NHS president, Melina Arnold, will now lead the pledge for the new inductees.
Candidates, being aware of the honor which is being bestowed upon you, please recite the following with me. By my election to the membership in the National Honor Society, I do hereby pledge loyalty to this organization. I say your name. Pledge to maintain my high scholastic standing. To hold as fundamental and worthy an untarnished character. To endeavor intelligently and courageously, to be a leader, and to give of myself freely in service to others. In so doing, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society. Candidates welcome to full membership in the Spencerport High School chapter of the National Honor Society.
Let's take a minute to recognize the resume of talents and volunteerism that is represented on this stage right now. It is amazing. I think we might need to budget for a larger set of risers, though. What do you think, Mr. Zinkowicz? All right, my first budgeting decision is all set, so thank you very much, NHS inductees. So extend our gratitude to everyone present. We thank you for your attendance, which endorses and bears witness to the personal accomplishment of each new member. It also symbolizes collective gratitude to the service and leadership of our present members who were elected last year and who will continue to exemplify and maintain their scholarship, leadership, service, and personal integrity. We invite you to remain for group and individual pictures to celebrate the accomplishments of our newest National Honor Society members. Inductees, that means you're not done yet. You're going to allow some of your parents to come up here and take group pictures if they want, and we'll wait for the first person to move off before that picture concludes. Congratulations once again, and have a great evening, everybody. Parents, if you want to take opportunity of a group pic, this is your window. They're not going to stand there long.
Thank you so much for inviting me to do this. It was so good to see you.
It's very good to see you.
Is there anything else you need from me? Or like,
Just keep in touch.
yes, obviously.
My personal email will be bccalcteacher@gmail.com.
Are you?
I'm retiring this year.
Wait, congratulations! Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I'll be at graduation. They asked me to be a reader. So I'll see you then.
Yes, okay, I will be at that. I took off of work for that.
Good.
Thank you.
Is this turned off?
Maybe? No.